palpation, line face down. So this business about using your finger like a compass, I don't think it works out well. I mean, it's much easier to just do a flat palpation. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are below the iliac crest. So here's his iliac crest, and you just want to come across. He definitely has trigger points here, more posterior than anterior. Okay, so let's say we're doing posterior, lying on your side, this side, please. Okay. So I'm going to bring his hip to about 60 degrees. Okay, come to me a little bit. Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to use my legs to push him that way. He's going to push up towards the ceiling. We're not pushing in the same direction. Okay, so when I ask you to, I want you to open up your hip like this. Okay? Just relax. I'm looking for that first barrier. There it is. Now push up very lightly. Good. He's barely contracting. Breath in, hold it, hold it, hold it. Breathe out and relax. Now, I'm going to push straight towards Jordan again. And he's going to push up towards the ceiling again. Okay, so I'm constantly pushing this way. He's constantly pushing up. Now, why am I pushing that way? If this is his pelvis, okay, his pelvis is like this, and here is his femur. Can everyone see this? Hopefully you can see this. If I push this way, what happens to his hip joint? What am I doing to it? I'm adducting it, right? That's what I'm trying to do, right? This is a abductor, so I'm trying to adduct his hip. So that's why I'm doing this. I don't want to do this, I want to do this. Okay? Any questions on that?
You said adducting the D.
I'm sorry?
You said adducting the D.
With the D, I'm adducting, doing this. If I just do this, you see what happens with his hip? But if I do this, you're gonna get more length out of it, all right? And the posterior, now you don't need to put the patient at the end of the table. I actually think putting them at the end of the table makes them more unstable. And so I'm not a fan of that. So an alternative way to do this is, I want you to slide your butt back towards me. Good, and bend this bottom knee up toward your chest. Good. And now I'm going to take his lower extremity up in my hand. I want to grab the ASIS like this. And then I'm going to let this come down. And now I'm going to try and take out the slack. Okay? If you don't lift this up first, and you just do it from here, it's going to be very difficult to lift this up. Now he's very light, so it's easier for me, but even if I do this, I already have him at a higher starting point. So you want to bring this up, pin it down like this, and then take out the slack. Okay? Any questions on that?
Is that posterior? You said?
That's posterior.
The other one was anterior.
No, I'm sorry, this is anterior.
That's it.
Posterior, you're pushing posteriorly.
Oh.
That's how you remember. Okay? And glute max, and then we'll pair up. Lie face down, please. Now, glute max is an interesting muscle in that it is the largest muscle in the body, and 85% of the fibers go into what? Not thoracolumbar fascia, but the fascia lata.
The fascia lata.
Okay? 85% of the fibers do not go into bone. That's crazy, right? So, palpation. Now, before I palpate, what am I going to say to the patient?
You're gonna ask if you can touch his butt.
Just like that.
Just like
Hey, Mike, can I touch your butt?
Sure, Dr.
Is that how you're going to say it?
That's how I'm gonna say it.
And you add a little growl in there also?
That's what it is.
No, seriously, how are you going to ask?
In the doctor voice, I'm not gonna say butt. You know, if the palpate your
Anal sphincter.
We're not palpating the anal sphincter. Sorry to disappoint you. Here's-
I'm gonna palpate.
You know, why am I asking
in your
this?
hip?
Because, well, it's not his hip, right? Don't say hip if it's not the hip, right?
Okay, that's not the hip. Kind of hip.
This is not somebody's hip. That's their buttocks, right? So instead of saying butt, I would say buttocks, okay? Or you could say, I need to palpate your butt. Is that okay? That's it. But say it in a way that's very direct. It's like, how many glasses of water do you drink a day? Are you able to maintain an erection? Like, you just say it like you're asking how many glasses of water. Now, all these things make us uncomfortable, right? When you're asking about it with a patient, how many bowel movements do you have a day? You just have to say, how many bowel movements do you have a day? And they're like, oh, okay, I have none. It takes me a whole week. And you won't believe how many patients will tell you that it's every 3 to 5 days. That's
Crazy.
It's like, wow. When we talk about detoxification, imagine, taking a piece of meat and putting a bunch of digestive enzymes on it, throwing it behind the refrigerator on a 98.6 degree day, and letting it fester there for 3 or 4 days. And then you're absorbing that into your bloodstream. Not good. It should go in and go out the same day. All right, but anyway. So, I'm going to palpate your butt, is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if they don't know what palpate means, you say, I'm going to touch your butt, is that okay? I'm going to touch a muscle in your butt. Okay, so he's got a trigger point here. Flip over, face up. So this is a very simple, and again, this is just a local referral pattern. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cross his ankle like this, do the sign of 4, okay? And then I'm just going to bring his knee up towards his opposite shoulder. So just looking for the first barrier, is that okay? Now when I ask you to, I want you to push in that direction. Okay, push. And you can model this as well. When I ask you to, I want you to push this way. Okay? Good. Breath in, hold it, hold it, breathe out and relax. And then short and long. Okay? Any questions on those? All right, let's pair up and get to the glute max.